So on the previous video, I have discussed arithmetic series. On this video, it will be geometric series. Geometric series is an indicated sum of a geometric sequence. So just like on the arithmetic series, on geometric series, if you are going to add all the terms in a geometric series, then that will be the value of your geometric series. The value of a geometric series can be computed using the formula S sub n is equal to a sub 1 minus a sub 1 times r raised to n all over 1 minus r. And our r should not be equal to 1. So, why should our r not equal to 1? As you can see, if our r will be 1, then that will be 1 minus 1. And 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So, if the denominator of our fraction is 0, then that will be undefined. That will be a mathematical error. So, on this formula, our r is the common ratio, a sub 1 is the first term, and n is the total number of terms. So let us have examples. So on the first example, find the sum of the 7 terms of the geometric sequence 64, negative 32, and 16. So let us identify r, a sub 1, and n. So our r is the common ratio. So common ratio can be obtained by means of dividing the second term with the first term, the third term with the second term, and so on and so forth. Meaning to say, it will be negative 32 divide it by 64. 16 divide it by negative 32. So if we have negative 32 divided by 64, that will be equal to negative 1/2. If we are going to divide 16 by negative 32, that will also be negative 1/2. So negative 1/2 is our common ratio. Next will be our a sub 1. So a sub 1 is the first term. On this geometric sequence, the first term is 64. And last will be our n. So n is the total number of terms. So we are tasked to find for the sum of the 7 terms. Therefore, the total number of terms on that geometric sequence will be 7. So substituting now these values into this formula, so S sub n is equal to a sub 1 minus a sub 1 times r raised to n all over 1 minus r. So the series now of the 7 terms is equal to a sub 1, which is 64, minus 64 times r, which is negative 1/2, raised to n, which is 7. All over 1 minus r, which is negative 1/2. So let us simplify it further. So that will be 64 minus 64 times, so negative 1/2 raised to 7 means negative 1/2 times 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 negative 1/2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that will give us negative 1 all over 100 28. Then, divided by, so 1 minus negative 1/2 will give us negative or positive 3/2 or 3 all over 2. So, let us simplify further. That will be equal to 64. So, that will be negative 64 times negative 1 all over 128 is equal to positive 1/2. That will be positive 1/2 all over 3 all over 2. So, let us simplify it further. So, that will be equal to, so 64 plus 1/2, that will be 129 all over 2. All over 3 over 2. So, let us multiply the means and the extremes. So, 129 times 2, then that will be 2 times 3. So, 129 times 2 will be 258 divided by 2 times 3 will be 6. So, 258 divided by 6 will be equal to 43. So, the sum of the 7 terms on this geometric series will be equal to 43. Next example. So, find the sum of the 10 terms in a geometric sequence whose first term is 5 and a common ratio of 2. So, this is a bit easier than the first one because our common ratio is already given. So, our ratio or common ratio is 2. A sub 1 or the first term, which is 5. Then n is the total number of terms. So we are going to find the sum of the terms I'm so sorry. This should be find the sum of the 10 terms. So find the sum of 10 terms in a geometric sequence whose first term is 5 and a common ratio of 2. So we are tasked to find for the sum of the 10 terms. Therefore, our n will be 10 because there will be 10 numbers on our geometric series. So substituting now this value into the formula, so S sub n is equal to a sub 1 minus a sub 1 times r raised to n divided by 1 minus r. So, S sub 10 now, or the series of the 10 terms, is equal to a sub 1, which is 5, minus a sub 1, which is 5, times r, which is 2 raised to 10, divided by 1 minus r, which is 2. So, let us further simplify. So, that will be 5 minus 5. So, 2 raised to 10 means 2 times 2 times 2, times 2 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 times 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So getting now the product of this will give us 1024. So 5 times 1024 divided by 1 minus 2, which is equal to negative 1. So that will be negative 1. So simplify it further. So that will be 5. So negative 5 times 1024 will be negative 5,120 divided by negative 1. So simplify it further. So 5 minus 5,120 will be negative 5,115 divided by negative 1. So, negative divided by negative will give us positive. So, that will be 5,115. So, the sum of the 10 terms on the geometric sequence whose first term is 5 and a common ratio of 2 is equal to 5,115.